Here's another linear equation. You won't be able to tell if these are linear or higher order equations until you get rid of the fractions. So the first thing we're going to have to deal with is making this a one-line equation, no fractions involved. So the quickest way to do that would be to multiply everything, both sides, by the common denominator. So I'm going to take this entire side, the whole left-hand side, and the common denominator between 5, 10, and by the way, 1 would be 10. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by a factor of 10. Now on the left-hand side, I have to distribute it. So it's got to go to both terms. So let me write this out in a little bit longhand notation. This is going to be 10 times, and in this case, x minus 3, keeps connecting, 3 over 5, minus another 10 times that second one, which is x plus 2 over 10. And this is going to equal, I might as well put it in front, 10 times that negative 2. Alright, and the reason I'm doing this is there's a common mistake that people make when they just do it looking up here and doing it in their heads. I've had people multiply the top by 10 and the bottom by 10. It gets a little strange. So let me just show you what's going on by associating some different things. For instance, I'm going to just associate the 10 and the 5. 10 divided by 5 is just 2, so this becomes 2. But the parentheses need to remain around that x minus 3. One reason being, well, there's parentheses to begin with. Second one is this long fraction bar. Remember in the beginning of these videos that that long fraction bar is a set of parentheses in old notation. So that would be x minus 3. Here we're going to have 10 divided by 10, which is just 1, so we'll get a minus 1. And again, in parentheses, we'll have to leave that x plus 2. And this will be equal to 10 times negative 2, better known as negative 20. Alright, now we just have to get rid of parentheses and see what happens. So this will be 2x minus 6. Negative 1 times x is negative x. A negative 1 times a positive 2 is negative 2. And this is still equal to negative 20. Now after you get rid of parentheses, usually what you want to do is get the variables on the same side of the equation. But you better notice that these two variables are on the same side of the equation. You don't need to move them. You just need to commute these two pieces around to get the x's next to each other. So 2x minus x is better known as x. Negative 6 minus 2 is better known as negative 8. And this will equal negative 20. Alright, and then the last step is we have to get all the junk away from the variable we're trying to solve for. So we're going to use the additive inverse of negative 8, and we're going to add it. And then since we added it to the left, we better add it to the right. And we should end up with our answer of x by itself is equal to negative 12. And this one we could check if we wanted to. If we plug it back in, we're going to have negative 12 minus 3, that would be negative 15. Negative 15 divided by 5 would be negative 3. Negative 12 plus 2 would be negative 10. Negative 10 divided by negative 10 is positive 1. So this would be minus 1. But I lost myself there. Negative 1 and negative negative would be a positive 1. And negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2, the other side.